Okay, this is the Skeptic. Okay, for years, for many years, probably 15 years around there, I've been doing a bluebird survey down at the Rockefeller Estate here in New York. And what I do is I go to each nest, it's a box, I open it up during nesting season, I see if we have nests, if we do, see if we have eggs. If we have eggs, I count the eggs, then we see if the eggs hatch and count the chicks. Then I see if they fledged, make sure that none are left in the box and that the box was healthy. Been doing that for years. About 3 to 5 years ago, the Audubon Society decided they're going to get involved and they're going to start banning the birds, which is a good thing, by the way. They're doing it for Cornell University. Cornell University gave us an app called Nest Watch. It's because they're trying to keep, they're studying these birds. It's our state bird. So anyway, the woman from Audubon is a skeptic. And we get together maybe once or twice a year, maybe 3 times, to band the birds together. So, and she's got a healthy curiosity about this, about what I do, but she doesn't really get into it. The other day, about 3 days ago from the time I'm shooting this, a woman who she saw in a park asked if it's okay if she came and joined us. So she said, sure. So now Sandy's talking about the boxes and some boxes that her brother had made. Her brother has since passed. He made 4 boxes for her. And Sandy's going into very extensive description of the boxes and what he did. And as she's doing this, and this often happens, her brother was with me. I knew it was her brother. Couldn't be sure. I really wasn't going to say anything because she doesn't believe in this, and I don't want to challenge her. I don't like to do the blind side. I don't like to do this if people don't want the messages. So I had to ask, though, because this guy was really with me. I said, was your brother tall, very tall and blonde? She looks at me, she said, of course he was. I'm tall and blonde. See, that's what skeptics do. They find a way to say to justify what you just said. Well, let me tell you something. I've had siblings that are shorter than each other, are taller than each other. One might be tall, one might be short. So that really doesn't mean anything that she's tall. Her brother could have been short. And the big thing is, she's a woman. How often do women change the color of their hair? Did I know that she's a natural blonde? I still don't know that she's a natural blonde. But I'm assuming she is because of what she said. But she could have been brunette. She could have changed her hair color. I don't know. See, you can't be that skeptical because I had more messages for her. Okay? She said, I won't believe this unless he sends a bluebird to nest in one of our boxes. We have 2 on the property that I look over. As she was saying that, her brother told me he was kind of a character, kind of a jokester, dry sense of humor kind of guy. I can't validate that because I didn't say anything to her. Okay? He told me there's going to be a bird in one of those boxes. She has 2 on her property. We have 2 on our property, the Rockefellers, her property meaning her home. He told me he's going to send a unique bird to one of those nests. I'll believe that when I see it because I'm also a skeptic. But the point is, folks, you can't try to justify what I tell you because everybody's tall, everybody's blonde, everybody is the same. Not everybody's the same in a family. You don't believe it, I'm not going to force my messages down your throat. But I get that. I had another woman, I'll make this real brief. I told her father's here with a hat on. And her husband told me I'm going to say things that were most likely always the way they were. So she said, yeah, of course, all men wore hats back then. Oh, okay. Go on. And again, all people did that. All people did that back then. Finally, I said to her, listen, you and I are the same age. I said, I come from a big Italian family, a lot of men in my family on both sides. Not one of them wore a hat like this. Not one. She goes, oh, okay, I get it. Just because it was back in the day doesn't mean that all people wore hats. Again, don't try to justify what I'm telling you because I'm not going to do that. If I take a guess at something, the critics, people like to criticize and say, well, they're going to give you something. It's a 50% chance that they're going to be right or wrong. Well, you know what? Chances are more than 50% of the time you're going to be wrong if you're guessing. And I'm not about to guess. I give my clients what I get. I'm very solid about that. And I ask them, just please tell me yes, no, maybe. Do not tell me anything during a session. Any question I ask, which is, does that make sense to you after I tell them something? Please say yes, no, maybe. Don't expand. Once I get them to expand, I know it's real and they got what they needed, I will ask them if they have any questions. At that point, they can say what they want. But I deal with skeptics, fortunately, not that much, but occasionally I do. All right, again, guys, thank you for stopping by. Have a great day. Always remain hopeful, never hopeless. Always remain optimistic, never pessimistic. Thanks for coming by.